today's discussion, I'm going to talk about decision making skills as a teacher and what I can do to improve my ability to make good decisions as I plan and deliver instruction. I believe that decision making skills for a teacher are very important. The decision making process is where we sit down and we come up with a plan for how we want to teach our class. And we need to put thought into this because we need to understand that each child is different and we need to understand a little bit more about our students, so therefore we may be able to accommodate a good lesson plan or a good subject matter that can appeal to all our students and try to get them all involved. I mean, you can try to make a great decision and make a great lesson plan and all this stuff, but you're really not going to understand how it's really going to work until you start using it and you start to see the feedback and how well your students are getting interested or getting involved in the subject matter you're trying to teach. I mean, you can sit down all night long and think you come up with the best plan or the best lesson plan that you thought you've ever came up with, but you won't really know until you're in front of your students and then you start to deliver this plan, this lesson, and that's when you're going to understand. And I mean, out of this, after reading a lot in this chapter, it kind of made me understand that sometimes you might have a good plan, but when you actually go to implement that plan into the actual class setting, it might not work out the way you plan on it to. Which is it's not that bad. It's not a big. I mean, it's kind of a big deal, but it's not really a big deal. All you need to do is, you know, take notes from what happened and learn from your mistakes. I mean, if you made a mistake in something, or you noticed that the children weren't really into what you were trying to get across in the subject matter, maybe you can go back and use what your feedbacks were from the students or from what you took from your own notes in your mind as you were teaching it from the feedback you were getting, and maybe that way you can use the same things, the same decisions that you made before, but maybe add a little bit more information onto this subject here, or maybe change it up a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with failing a little bit. I mean, you have to. We always learn. I mean, you might think that what you're trying to get across might be the best thing for the students and what they might want to be happy or be into the most, but it might not be that when it comes down to it. I mean, your best bet is to come up with a good plan, try to deliver that plan the best you can, and then take the feedback that you get back from the students and then adjust that plan. Sit down and come up with more decisions. Use some more skills that maybe you didn't think of before. Maybe some of the feedback you got will enlighten you to a different way of doing something to make it more interesting, to make it more fun for the students. That's what I believe that decision making skills are, or what should be. I mean, like I said, you take what you know, you do your best, you come up with your best plan, you deliver that plan to the best of your ability, and just because the students don't interact to that plan right off the bat, it's not that bad, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, like I said, just take what you learn from it, take the feedback you get, and adjust your plan. Come up with a different way to present it. That way, you can make it more fun and more interesting for all the students in the class. And that's what I believe that decision making skills are, is your ability to take what you've learned and what you've experienced and use those to come up with a great plan, and then to turn around and deliver that plan to your students. And that's what I believe is decision making skills.